Hello and welcome everyone. I am Deepali Khetrapal, an NLP practitioner. I am here to discuss with you certain core values which may seem small but play an important role in achieving success in life. Do hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss upcoming episodes. So, we will be discussing the meaning of these values through various examples and stories and how we can imbibe these values and make them a part of our life. Here's the story of a boy named Monty Roberts. As he was a kid, his father, as a horse trainer, was moving from stable to stable, from ranch to ranch, training horses. Thus, the boy's school career was constantly interrupted. One day, when he was a senior, the teacher asked him to write about what he wanted to be when he grew up. He did not hesitate a minute and wrote a 7-page paper about his aim to be an owner of a horse ranch. He wrote many details and drew a location of buildings and stables and even a detailed house plan. 2 days later, he received his paper back with the letter F on the front page. After class, he came to the teacher and asked, "Why did I receive an F?" The teacher responded, "This dream is so unrealistic for a boy like you who has no money, no resources, and who comes from an itinerant family. There is no possibility that you will reach your great goals one day." Then the teacher asked him to rewrite the paper with a more realistic attitude. The boy went home and asked his father how he should act. The father answered, "This decision is very important for you, so you have to make your own mind on this." After several days, the boy brought the same paper to his teacher. No changes were made. He said, "Keep the F and I will keep my dream." Now, Monty Roberts owns a 4,000 square foot house in the middle of 200-acre horse ranch, and he still has that school paper, which now is framed over the fireplace. Remember, you have to follow your heart, never give up, move on with determination and persistence, and never let anyone take your dreams away. Determination is the firmness of purpose or resoluteness. Specifically, being determined means having a firm decision or goals and not wavering in your pursuit of achieving it. An athlete might have a goal to finish a marathon, no matter how long it takes them or how hard they have to work. Determination is a skill that can be learned. Start by figuring out what you want, then create healthy habits that increase your chances of reaching your goals. Stick with your determination over the long run by using strategies to overcome obstacles and keep your motivation strong. Let's divide the strategies in 3 parts. First, defining success and setting personal goals. It's easy to be determined when you know what you're working towards or how to even recognize when you've gotten there. Figure out what success means to you and you'll be better equipped to persevere towards your goals. Spend about 15 minutes writing in great detail about what you'd like your future life to be like. 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years into the future. Consider various areas of life such as your career, relationship, health, passions, etc. What would each of these areas be like in your best possible future? Create a few specific goals. Develop clear goals geared towards reaching the success you imagined. Start with just a few that address different areas of your life. Get as specific as you can with your goals. For instance, you won't say, "I want more money," and leave it at that. You might set a specific goal to complete a certification course so that you will be eligible for a good position at your job. Similarly, you won't say, "I want to go to Hawaii." You might set a clear goal to save $10,000 for a family vacation in Hawaii. Focusing on a few goals at a time will help you stay focused and determined. If you focus on too much at once, you'll get overwhelmed, which will make determination harder to maintain. Third point, break your goals down. After you've clarified a few specific goals, divide these goals down into smaller, more manageable steps. You'll feel more determined to stick with your goals if you know what's expected along the way. For example, if you set a goal to publish a novel, smaller steps may include writing the book itself, which also must be broken down to various steps, then editing it, learning about the publishing industry, figuring out which literary agents to send it to, writing a synopsis and cover letter, and sending it off to the different agents and publishers. You might divide it up so that you focus on one step at a time. Set challenging deadlines. Creating a time frame to accomplish your goals is a powerful way to stay determined. Set a far-out date for the overall goal. Example, save $10,000 as well as creating shorter time frames for the individual steps required to reach that goal. Set challenging deadlines. Creating a time frame to accomplish your goals is a powerful way to stay determined. Set a far-out date for the overall goal, as well as creating shorter time frames for the individual steps required to reach that goal. For instance, you might give yourself a year to save the money. However, after breaking the goal down, you might aim to save some of it within the next 3 months. Your deadlines should be feasible yet challenging. If you allow too much time to reach the goal, there's a greater chance of you losing focus. Prioritize your goals. If you truly want to remain steadfast in reaching your goals, you must be willing to put them before other less important aspects of life. This doesn't mean you'll be working 24 hours a day towards your goals, but it does mean you should always carve out time for them. Prioritizing means instead of just making a vague commitment to work on your novel each day, you will set aside a specific window of time. Say, I'm going to write from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. every morning. You have put your goal first, which means no matter what happens from 8 a.m. onwards, you will have dedicated some time towards working on your goal that day. Look for gaps that prevent goal attainment. Regularly review your future self and look for discrepancies based on your current life. What habits or behaviors are getting in the way of you becoming that future self? These gaps are where you will want to focus on your goal setting. For example, if you like to save rupees 10,000 but you eat out every day, you will need to change your spending habits to save the money. You might save more faster by limiting restaurant meals and cooking at home. The second strategy is building good habits. Develop positive thinking. This is a hugely important part of being determined and achieving your goals. Negative thinking will lower your resolve and even cause you to give up on your goals. Positivity, on the other hand, allows you to persevere. Learn to identify the negative language you use on yourself and situations. For example, if you find yourself thinking, I'm so weak, I can't even do one push-up, change that thought. Instead, think more positively by reframing that thought to something like, I have trouble doing push-ups, but if I stick with my routine, I will gradually be able to do them. Play to your strengths. Often, when you get feedback or work on improving yourself, you focus on the things that need to be improved. This is a good strategy, but you should also figure out your strengths and use those to help you stay determined to achieve your goals. Build your self-confidence. Confidence is the ability to believe in yourself, no matter how bad things are looking. Self-confident people experience a hurdle and believe that they can overcome it. This, in a nutshell, is determination. Determination is seeing a roadblock and believing that you can get past it. Not necessarily because you have evidence that you've done so in the past, but because you believe in your abilities. To portray confidence on the outside, walk tall, lift your chin, and stand in a power pose. The more you practice acting self-confident, the more you'll trick your brain into believing that you are. To feel confident on the inside, stop comparing yourself to other people. Comparison zaps your self-esteem. Practice flexibility. Flexibility is the art of being open to change. Just as a person doing yoga bends without breaking, neither should you in the face of challenges. The course you are currently traveling will likely diverge at some point. Your goals may change, and the methods you use to reach them will too. One of the best ways to stay flexible is by trying new things. Getting outside of your comfort zone helps keep you flexible. So make a list of activities or experiences you haven't tried and start ticking them off. Switching up your routine also builds flexibility. Instead of driving home from work or school, take the bus or ride your bike. Also, take a completely new route or do something spontaneous, such as stopping for an ice cream cone or browsing a few shops. Make healthy choices. It's much easier to be determined about your goals when your body is sustained by good fuel, enough sleep, and a good amount of exercise. All these things can help fend off issues like stress and anxiety that make it much harder to maintain determination. This is your friend Deepali Khetrapal signing off. Stay tuned, keep smiling. God bless.